already.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, with the 1986 American Silver Eagles, it's a big deal. Everybody's buying these. The new information is just kind of starting to tumble out into the marketplace, and all that's going to do is create a bigger and bigger and bigger buzz for the Silver Eagle coming into the year change, the design change of 2021.
By the way, I love having Mike here in the studio, but the only thing I like about him not being here is he lets me touch the coins during this presentation. Usually I'm not allowed to go near anything. That's pretty much the rule, right? He knows, he's laughing because he knows it's true. This is the 1965 to 1969 P&D Secret Silver Kennedy 13-coin half-dollar roll. So you can hear that click. That is the sound of money. I love it. I love it. I love it. $149.95 is the price. We are doing 3 interest-free payments of $49.98, and this has already become a customer pick, Mike. People have loved this collection.
Yeah, people say 13 coins, what's up with that? It's basically a baker's dozen is what it comes down to. These coins have become so difficult to get. I've had to sell, in essence, what amounts to odd lots of these coins because what's happened is with silver doubling over the course of this year, what you've got with this is just, I mean, everything silver 3 months ago disappeared from the marketplace.
Yeah.
In other words, they don't exist by my term of existing, which is my ability to be able to buy them. This coin is absolutely, positively no difference. This is the last of the Kennedy half dollars that the United States government made that had silver in them. These are the coins from the 1960s, 1965 to 1969.
Yeah.
We do best to give you within this, kind of all the P's and all the D's within that. From 1965 to 1969. You can see, and that last one has this tiny little bit of discoloration on it. I mean, that's tarnish. I mean, you can't clean the coins, right?
Right.
You can't do that to the coins, and so I mean they are silver, so that you can see there's just a tiny bit, and it's I guess technically tarnished. We call it toning. Silver coins tone over the course of time. When they're exposed to oxygen, they start getting these nice tones. So it's not kind of a black tarnish that you're used to. It's more of a golden toning when you see the coins that you have.
Right.
So these
Hence
are the
proving it's silver.
Well, yeah, it proves it's silver, in a lot of ways, is what it comes down to. The other thing that I did is to be able to get the pricing on these at $149.95. You get 13 coins. It's a little over $10 a coin. Nationally advertised catalog, I look at the same exact coin. They're $21.50. So these same 13 coins are going to be the better part of $300 for the same coins. And here's the difference. I was able to buy these coins basically based on the silver price. Keep in mind, silver's more than double. So it wasn't that long ago I could sell this for $79.95. But the silver price doubled, my price had to double. It's just the way that it is. The extra money, that extra $140 or so in terms of value, is in essence based on one thing and one thing only. That's the numismatic value. That's why somebody else charges more for these than what we do, is because they're charging the numismatic value, because these, as you look at these, are uncirculated condition. So you're buying them in essence for the silver, but you're getting this numismatic condition, this numismatic value that is going to come with this, which I think is critically important for you to be able to get this, to be able to get all of these coins that you're going to have in silver. You get 13 coins. They come in a nice little tube, and I know it's an odd number.
Right.
But, they're so impossible to get. I wanted to make it really affordable, so we were looking at, what's the maximum number of coins I can give you for $149.95, and that number was 13. Okay? And then we're doing our best to give you the full range of dates and mid-marks within this from 1965 to 1969. To get this last of the silver Kennedys is ultimately what we call the secret silver Kennedys, because a lot of people don't necessarily realize where these coins come from out of this, the fact that these silver Kennedys, they just don't exist anymore because they have such an intrinsic value. You can see customer pick on these as well, customer pick. If silver goes back to, you know, $50 an ounce where it was not that long ago, I guess within about the last 8 years or so, I'm going to be $2.99 or $3.49 on these coins. So if silver doubles again, I'm going to have to double again.
Right.
More importantly, you've got silver on a kind of a transactional level, and that's why these all disappeared so quickly. People that want to own the physical silver, they want to own the metal and put it in their hands, what we call it, instead of owning like a stock or an ETF or something like that. So you get them in nice uncirculated condition. You're going to get the silver involved with that in a nice size. And so people like the ability, if they have to, if silver goes crazy, you know, they could sell them or use them one at a time in essence, because it's, like I said, a very transactable size. Instead of buying, like I said, an ETF or something, it's just a piece of paper, who knows where your silver is. You actually physically can have the silver, own it, and hold it in your hand.
Yeah, remember when we used to present those silver bars? Don't you wish we could do that right about now? I mean, you can't even get silver. It's like crazy what's going on, right?
I mean, we've sold, I was kind of looking at it, doing the math. We sold, I don't know, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of ounces of silver that today melt for far more than what we sold them for.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I remember. I remember. Yeah, and people are hanging on to them, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's wise. I mean, clearly that's an important thing to do. And this is just another way to own the physical silver, and why not own it in the last of the coins made by the United States government, the Kennedy $50, that were done with silver.
Yeah. All right, well, keep shopping. This is a customer pick. We've got lots more goodies, but if you're just tuning in, I want to remind you about the 1986. Oh, boy.